What is going on, guys? In this video today I'm going to be comparing the Xbox One and the PS4 new gen consoles. Now let me first off by saying that I've been a huge diehard Xbox fan my whole time in gaming, so I just want to get any opinions out of the way. So again, I have been a diehard Xbox fan my whole life, so maybe this will change some of your opinions on me. Now let's first talk about the Sony PS4. During the E3 press conference of the Sony PS4, they actually did not show the actual console of it, but I know a lot of people were kind of upset about that, but I mean, out of all honesty, who really wants to see the case of it? I mean, it's just like asking about a PC. When you see a PC, you don't ask to see the outside of it, you just jump right into the specs. So that's exactly what Sony did. They didn't screw around with the console itself, they just went straight into the specs of the PS4. Now what the PS4 did at their press conference is that they showed us every game that they were going to release. They didn't play around, they didn't mess around with their things, and I know they didn't really want to reveal the system, because I know they were trying to do that at E3 in the major area, not just for the press conference. Now on the other hand, Xbox also had their press conference at E3, but again, Xbox also did not play around at all. They kind of revealed their specs a little bit. They didn't reveal the processor, but I think it is a little less powerful than the PS4 one, according to IGN. Now at the press conference, they did reveal the system, and they did show it. They also showed a lot more with the Kinect, knowing that this is a home theater-based system console that I think of. But the PS4 really did not reveal the PlayStation Move as much as I thought they should have. The Xbox One press conference, they did put a lot of emphasis on the Kinect, because basically the Xbox One is built for Kinect. I mean, you can't use your system without Kinect. So I mean, I'm guessing that's why they put a lot of emphasis on the Xbox One. So jumping back into the specs of the PS4, I'm going to start with the specs of the PS4 now, and then I'll jump into the Xbox One. So, in my opinion, the specs of the Xbox One are a lot better than those of, or the specs of the PS4 are a lot better than those of the Xbox One. So, let's start off with the main processor. The main processor is a single chip custom processor. The CPU is a low power x86 64 AMD Jaguar 8 cores. The GPU is a 1.84 T-flops AMD next generation Radeon, which means this is the base graphics engine. The memory of the RAM of the PS4 is a GDDR5 8GB, so that's a decent sized RAM, especially for that kind of system. The storage size is a 500GB hard disk drive, which means this will open a lot of memory for the PS4, and you don't have to go out and buy another hard drive. It comes with, for the Blu-ray DVD drive, it is a BD x 6 CAV. Not really sure. I think that's Blu-ray player, and then DVD is a x8 CAV. So the input-output is a super speed USB 3.0 port x2. So you have two 3.0 USB ports on your actual PS4 system, and there's actually one auxiliary port too. So the networking is an Ethernet, and there's a one Ethernet port, and it's a 10 base T, 100 base TX, and then times one of that. And then you also have your Bluetooth 2.1 EDR. And your AV output, you have an HDMI output, and you also have a digital output port. And then also these designs aren't set. The system hasn't even planned to come out yet, so design and specifications are subject to change at any time, just so you guys know that. Now let's compare these specs to the Xbox One specs. So now the Xbox One, it also has a Blu-ray drive. Finally, the regular Xbox originally never had a Blu-ray, or the original Xbox 360 originally never had a Blu-ray player, so now it has a Blu-ray and a DVD player. So there is a game DVR, which is also a plus for the Xbox One, which means you can record up to like 15 minutes of gameplay. I'm not sure if it has that for the PS4, but I'll have to check up on that. The RAM is also 8GB DDR3. The CPU is a 8-core Microsoft custom CPU. The storage is a 500GB hard drive, just like the PS4. There's also a second screen, which is smart glass, which the PS4 obviously does not have. Cloud storage, yes. mandatory game installs, yes, this is going to be a big changer for a lot of gamers out there. So you are going to have to install every single game to your Xbox One. So, and then there's also required internet connection, which also is going to be a change for the Xbox, and then this will also be a big changer for the PS4 and the Xbox One. So what this means for the required internet connection, which means you're going to have to be connected to the internet for at least 24 hours, and you're going to have to be connected all throughout the day, every single minute of every single day. And if you're not connected to the internet for more than 24 hours, then none of your games will be usable, and you will not be able to play them. So there's also, let's go back into the used game stuff. Used games, there will be no used games on that, but the PS4 will have used games. Backwards compatibility, so what this means is that you can play Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One, but this is not true for the Xbox One. You will not be able to play Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One, but for the PS4, you will be able to take your PS3 games on some games and play them on your PS4. So cross game chat, you'll have Skype, and then of course you'll have the motion control, which is Connect 2, and voice commands, and yada yada yada. You only have one USB 3.0 slot for the Xbox One, and there will be live streaming for this, and that's basically it for the specs of the Xbox One. So now let's jump into the controllers of the Xbox One and the PS4. First, let's start off with the PS4. PS4 has a built-in lithium-ion rechargeable battery. So this battery will be rechargeable. You won't be having to add your batteries to it. There is a start select buttons now the options, and the new system button is share. So that will be also added to the PS4 controller. There is a Bluetooth VER 2.0 EDR slot, and there's a 1920 x 900 resolution touchpad on the front of the controller, which the Xbox One does not have. And then there is built-in speakers, stereo headset jack, light bar, and vibration to the controller. So there's also a headphone jack in the controller where you can plug your headphones in and listen to the game through there, which I find is pretty freaking awesome. Now for the Xbox One, there's an integrated battery compartment. So as like every other Xbox controller, you'll be able to take out that slot and you can put batteries in it, or get the plug and play thing and plug that in and recharge it. So there's precision directional pads and impulse triggers, just like every other Xbox controller. There's a Wi-Fi direct radio stack. I'm not completely sure what that is. I'll have to read up on that, but again, it doesn't have any touch pads or headphone jacks, so you can play your stuff through the actual headphones that you have. Now let's compare prices a little bit to the Xbox One and the PS4. So the PS4 will cost $399 US dollars and 549 Australian dollars and 399 euros. And the Xbox One, it will cost $499 US dollars, 599 Australian dollars, and 499 euros. So again, the PS4 ranges a little cheaper from the Xbox One. So in my opinion, the Xbox or the PS4 is a lot cheaper than the Xbox One for what you get. So now, when you open the box of your Xbox One or PS4, let's talk about what you're going to get inside of it. So when you open up the PS4 box, the box will contain a PlayStation 4 console, the DualShock 4 controller, and that's just one, and a wireless headset. So, and then in the Xbox One box, you will get the Xbox One console, the new controller of the Xbox One, and the Connect 2, making it so that the Connect 2 is, you will have to use the Connect 2 on every single thing. You will have to have that Connect plugged in every time you turn on your Xbox One, or the system will not work. But for the PS4, the PlayStation Move, or whatever it is called, that will not be in the game or in the box itself, so you will have to buy that separately from when you buy it. So yeah, guys, I basically just compared the major things of the Xbox One and the PS4. Now, as I said at the beginning of this video, I was a die-hard Xbox fan for my whole entire life, but in my opinion, the Xbox One is taking a bunch of steps backwards. As I said before, you're going to have to be connected to the internet 24/7 to even play games. There's no exchanging games with friends. There's no exchanging games at GameStop for used games or anything like that. There'll be none of that, but there will be that on the PS4. Now, these systems are pretty close together besides that, and I know that's going to change a lot of people's opinions on the systems itself. So in my opinion, the PS4 comes out on top, and that will probably be the system that I am getting. And guys, it is what it is. It's my opinion. You guys can have yours. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like rating, and please hit the subscribe button, and it will really help me out. Thanks guys for watching, and peace out.